Japanese planes. They're bombing us. We saw them in the trees. Tommy, run!
This is my Jap shooter. You watch your step.
Let him go!
The reason we felt strongly about turning Under the Blood Red Sun into a film was because it talks about a time in our history that it's important to pass on to the younger generation. There are lessons there that we want to learn now so that we don't repeat them. The author, Graham Salisbury, writes in a way that really paints the picture. So you really get a sense of where they are and what they're doing and how it looks and how it feels. 1940s Hawaii looks very different than it does today. So everything the camera saw, everything within our frame had to look of that time.
The locations were actually really fun, and there were so many times when you would just get chicken skin because you see the actors and they're doing their bit and it just feels really real. A lot of times we'd have to use just a little corridor of what you would see down a street, so you wouldn't see the brand new high-rise that's there now.
We were fortunate to find a couple of locations that really stood in for much of the film. All of the interiors were filmed at the Hawaii Plantation Village in Waipahu. And they were super gracious in letting us come in and do what we needed to do in order to turn that into a back lot. And then we've been all over the island. We were out in Ka'ava, up in Nu'uanu. We've been all over telling the story.
Hey, speak English.
That time period and that moment in history is really pretty fascinating. It's a Hawaii story, it's an American story, and from that point when that attack happened, it changed everything, into the modern world that we are in now.
And cut. All right, let's check it.
When we can tell stories about things that are just around the corner from history, setting the characters in these situations is really fascinating to me.
Working with Sean was one of the easiest parts of this entire process because we can really shorthand conversations and he knows exactly what to do, and even if I didn't know exactly what I wanted, he would just bring it to life in a very artistic, beautiful, visceral, emotional way.
He and I both worked together really well and collaborated on the look to give it really very natural. So sometimes it's a matter of taking away the light rather than creating the light.
We were really going after a fairly naturalistic look that had a nice stylistic polish to it. Just enough to really turn it into a beautiful looking feature film, but not so much that it wouldn't look real.
Gotta put that flag away, Grandpa.
We Japanese.
No, Grandpa. American.
The vast majority of our cast was local, and we knew that if we didn't find the right boy to play this role, our film was not going to go anywhere. So it really wasn't until we found Kyler Sakamoto that I had confidence that we were going to be able to pull this off. This is a picture where it really is a family. It's a community coming together that's supporting a project that we all believe in, and we believe in one another, we believe in the material. Without that family, this picture just wouldn't have been made.
With the short amount of time that we had, we could put down multiple cameras all in the same scene to cover things quickly. So it's really just finding the angles that tell the story the best.
We made a decision to go with the Canon 5D Mark III, which is probably not most filmmakers' first choice. I had worked with it before and knew that the image was very beautiful, but the other thing that was driving our decision was mobility, the size. We were going to be working in very tight quarters in our interior shots, and we were going to have to get several cast members, several crew members, plus all of the equipment in one small room. That was a tough decision because I can't really tell you that Sean fully agreed with that.
It was very challenging as a system to work with. It could be quite small. It was very tight, but we were able to get to squeeze everything in the location.
The reactions so far have been overwhelming. I gotta tell you, very gratified in doing a screening, getting the kind of feedback that you can only hope for. People laughing where they should be laughing, people coming up to us and the entire cast after the showing, and everybody just pouring their heart out. They relate to the material, people loving the story and the way it was done. I mean, just from all facets, we really couldn't have been happier.